Unitary, Federal, and Confederal Constitutions, a comparative analysis of sovereignty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this continuation of constitutional law in Unit 5 of the Lank 2007 coursebook. Today, we will explore the three models of constitution, unitary, federal, and confederal, through the lens of sovereignty. In other words, we will examine how power is distributed within each type of constitution. A constitution serves as the fundamental legal framework that defines the organization, powers, and procedures of a government. One of the most significant aspects of a constitution is its allocation of sovereignty, which determines the authority held by different branches of government. Sovereignty can be centralized, shared, or dispersed, shaping the overall governance structure of a nation. The three primary constitutional models, unitary, federal, and confederal, offer distinct versions of sovereign distribution. Unitary constitutions, centralized sovereignty. In a unitary system, sovereignty is entrenched within a single dominant national government. While there may be subordinate administrative divisions, their status depends entirely on the central authority, which has the power to modify or abolish them through statutory laws or constitutional amendments. Key features. A central government holds priority over subnational entities. This means governing without the need for shared sovereignty. Decisions regarding taxation, tax, and governance follow a uniform national procedure. Regional governments function under a statutory framework and do not possess constitutional independence. There is typically a clear schedule for policy implementation, ensuring overall consistency across the country. Examples: countries such as France, Japan, and the United Kingdom operate under unitary constitutions where the central government has absolute legislative power. Sovereignty implications. The central government can declare policy changes without needing approval from regional governments. Subnational entities exist at the discretion of the national government and can be structurally redefined. Federal constitutions, shared sovereignty. A federal system distributes sovereignty between the national and regional governments, both of which exercise authority within their constitutionally defined areas. This model ensures that neither the central nor the subnational entities can unilaterally infringe upon the other's powers. Key features. Sovereignty is constitutionally entrenched, meaning that it cannot be altered without a formal amendment. Federal governments typically have three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial, with both national and regional levels maintaining distinct governance responsibilities. And revenue collection, including tax regulation, follows a dual structure where both levels impose taxes independently. The judiciary plays an essential role in interpreting constitutional provisions to resolve disputes between national and regional governments. Examples: the United States, Germany, and India operate under federal constitutions where power is balanced between central and regional governments. Sovereignty implications. Constitutional provisions prevent either government from unilaterally altering its powers. States or provinces have the authority to create local legislation without national interference. Laws enacted at the federal level must align with existing constitutional principles to ensure national cohesion. Confederal constitutions, decentralized sovereignty. A confederal system consists of sovereign member states that voluntarily unite under a limited central authority, usually through a formal memorandum. The central government in a confederation serves primarily to coordinate efforts, but it does not have the authority to legislate for individual citizens. Key features. Member states retain full sovereignty, functioning as independent entities. The central authority is typically responsible for managing foreign relations, defense, and trade agreements. Cooperation among states is generally voluntary, with decisions requiring consensus. There is no constitutional power compelling states to comply with central directives. Examples. Confederal states are quite rare today, as most countries operate under federal or unitary systems. Nevertheless, some political entities display confederal traits. For example, the European Union, EU, functions as a unique confederation-like structure where member states retain sovereignty but cooperate on various policies. Historically, Switzerland was a confederation until 1848, but it has since transitioned into a federal state. The United States initially operated under the Articles of Confederation before transitioning to a federal system in 1789. Sovereignty implications. The central government lacks direct enforcement power and relies on states to implement policies. Member states can withdraw from the Confederation, altering its status at will. Sovereign states may enact conflicting legal frameworks, creating challenges in interstate relations. Conclusion. Each constitutional model approaches sovereignty differently, influencing governance efficiency, legal frameworks, and national stability. While a unitary constitution centralizes power for streamlined decision-making, a federal system ensures constitutional interpretation, protects regional autonomy. Meanwhile, confederal constitutions enable decentralized cooperation while maintaining the independence of their member states. Governments continuously evolve, adapting their constitutional frameworks through amendments, legal reforms, and governance adjustments to accommodate the changing needs of their populations. While no model is inherently superior, selecting an appropriate system depends on the historical, political, and social realities of a nation.